Alright, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Shemi Awashai, Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom to all the Akim out there pushing word of sincerity and in truth. So Brother Bars off from Great Millstone, Atlanta. You know, I got a quick lesson going into basically angelic understanding on spiritual men or common men more so. You know, Yahweh Shemi Awashai gave each and every one of us brethren of the hopeful elect a high amount of information, you know, sources of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that all, of course, come from the scriptures, you know, and we're just common individuals, you know. So a lot of us brothers just 9-to-5 individuals, less than $1,000 in our pocket, you know, work at whether it's a CVS, pharmacy, you know, fast food, construction. You know, we have basically mediocre lives, but our understanding in the spirit of Yahweh Shemi Awashai is supreme. It stands above all theologians, all biblical scholars, certain individuals that actually that actually have the occupation of studying the scriptures. And that's something that we can't take lightly, because Yahweh Shemi Awashai gave us this talent and this gift to push and to gather. You know, this is something that's this is greatness which each and every one of us fell into. Yahweh Shemi Awashai gave us all the understanding to the treasure. And you have individuals that painstakingly study, they scratch tooth and nail to try to get an inkling of the understanding that each and every one of us brothers have. So this is something that we actually have to take in consideration of the magnitude of the spirit that the Lord actually gave us, and take it serious, of course. And of course we all are serious individuals, but always, you know, pondering and really looking at what the Lord gave us as a gift. You know, it puts a certain mentality in your mindset. You know, you start to move differently. You start to think differently. You start to be more conservative. You start to know how to actually react in certain situations. That's why the scriptures speak about cast not your pearls before swine. What's the pearls? The treasures of the kingdom of heaven. All right, the word of Yahweh Shemi Awashai that dwells in each and every one of us. That's why it says, look neither here or there, for the kingdom of heaven dwelleth within you. And it speaks about store up not your treasures on earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal, but lay up for your treasures in heaven. And the heaven really starts within yourself. You know, the spirit of Yahweh Shemi Awashai, the understanding of the kingdom of heaven, the spiritual layout, understanding how the next phases of the world is actually going to be dictated and structured. We know these things, man. All right, just like Solomon spoke about in Wisdom of Solomon, about how he knew the past, the present, the future, the reasonings of men, the virtues of plants, the fury of wild beasts, you know, the spirit of basically the weather. You know, he basically understood all those things. And he said those either hidden or revealed them. I know. Hey, it's the same thing with us brothers now. Amos was at 3:7. Surely the Lord would do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. So we have the secrets of the kingdom. And that's something where you have to build upon that. You have to take it very, very seriously. And you can't really, you shouldn't, of course, look at what these other individuals got, because all they have is materialistics, man. Whether they have a nice car, they have a nice house, they have certain pleasurable things of this world. But the scripture says the fashion of this world fadeth away. And each and every one of us brothers, we understand that. And knowing that should actually excite you to go harder in this faith. Really pull you away from this physical realm, man. You know, and like I said, that builds your mentality on the whole. Because if you come into this truth and you still running around like a child, and you still making these childish mistakes, then you gotta check yourself. That doesn't mean that you're not a man of the Lord, but you have to grow up mentally and spiritually. You know, because what the Lord actually put us and gave us in a possession is something that we have to take very, very seriously, man. You know, you look at these business execs, you look at these moguls, these tycoons, whether they're the leaders of Amazon, whether Apple or whatever firm or conglomerate that these top CEOs or businessmen are associated with, they take their jobs very serious, man. They're up early, they're constantly training, They're constantly looking at what's trending, what's building. You know, they don't get over addicted to the product that they're actually pushing out, whether it's iPhones or whether it's automobiles and things of that nature. And they always push with a level of wisdom and a level of aggressiveness and dedication, because they know that they can't sleep on their occupation. Because if they basically lay down, you know, their posts, then everything may fall into ruins, man. And that's what happens to a lot of individuals. It tells you in Ecclesiastes that through much idleness and slothfulness, the house droppeth through. So a lot of men actually get the treasures of the kingdom, but they're slothful. They get tired. You know, the cares of this world, the fashions of the world actually pull them away. That's why the scriptures speak about that in Proverbs, the 6th chapter. You got this gem of the kingdom of heaven. You got the blueprint. You understand how it's going to be laid out upon righteousness. The scriptures speak about working, man. Go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider the ways and be wise. All right, and it speaks about basically how they have no guide nor leader, but they provide their substance in the efficient amount of time. Because what? Ants are known through aggressive labor, hard labor, never putting down until the kingdom is built. And even when they built their the colonies gather together and they actually structure their kingdoms or queendoms. You know, sometimes they'll have queen ants. They'll build and structure new atmospheres, so to speak. They'll expand their territories. So even it's the same thing in this truth. When you come into the knowledge, you know, you grow. You may get the understanding of herbs. Hey, build on top of that. Get into that history. You may get some general understanding of the history. Get into the timelines. Understand the maps. Understand the spirituality of Yahweh Shema Shah. All right, build your reasonings. Get your senses exercised, and constantly grow with the understanding of Yahweh Shema Shah, because this word is growing. The prophecies is living. Oh, declare the prophecies. Get more into these current events. You know, and that's why I said there's no room for time wasting, man. There's no room for playing around and picking the sword up and putting it down, picking it back up, putting it on the coat hanger. You know, letting it sit for 2-3 years, 2 to 4 or 5 months, and then picking it back up, blowing the dust off, and trying to re-excite the drive. Hey, this is the thing where you got to keep the momentum going, man. You know, this is a well-oiled machine, and this thing is being pushed through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah, through our apostles and elders, and they always push it. So we have to emulate and we have to replicate that same type of spirit, because this thing is moving fast and it's moving quick. You know, scriptures speak about hasten the days because the days are evil. So the days is actually going to take a lot of people by surprise. But if we continue to stay on the track, on the straight and narrow, as it is written in 2nd Ezra, the 7th chapter, and Matthew, the 7th chapter, the straight gate, and we continue to truck through it and build our endurance, we're going to make it to the end. We're going to make it to the kingdom. We're going to be the first fruits to be able to celebrate and actually conquer and receive the victory. Crowns actually laid on each and every one of us personally by Yahweh Shah, man. The 144,000 being actually laid in the kingdom. Having our enemies asunder. You know, cut asunder. Brought to a lowliness. Wickedness being actually exited and being actually pushed or banned out of the world. And that goes with witchcraft, witches, and warlocks, sorcery, these demonic high holy days. And it all starts with this word right now. It all starts with pushing the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah through our vessels right now. And the Lord actually sees these different things, and he's going to take it that step further, but we have to stay firm and established, as it is written in Colossians, the 2nd, 3rd chapter, being rooted and built. All right? And you build up with love, patience, charity. All these things have to abound in you, as it is written in Peter. So, you know, this is really an exhortation in the spirit for brothers to really see, and really, of course, which brothers already know, but just an exhortation to always keep in remembrance of the angelic understanding that Yahweh Shema Shah gave us, and to never think lightly or take this thing for granted. And that goes with the brothers around you too, the gifts and the talents that a man may possess. You have to be around that man and sharpen your sword. Proverbs 27:17. All right, so this is just an exhortation in the spirit. I'm gonna end it by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua by Shem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom Akim.